Hello, good morning. And what a wonderful morning it is. We've got sunshine today. I actually said that word, I probably shouldn't, I've just jinxed it. And I've already got 3 loads of washing out on the line. But yeah, it was nice to wake up and see the sun coming in through the window for a change. So today, what we're going to do, I have some new stamps that I'm going to play with. Not tried them yet, so we're just going to have a play and see what happens. Looks like YouTube's playing up a little bit, so we'll have to bear with that and see what happens there. So, should we get crafting? I think so. I'm going to get on with it today because, well, it is a gorgeous day outside, isn't it? And I know, there you go, I've got another load of washing that'll want to go out soon as well. So we're going to get on and get crafting this morning. So I have got a couple of cards cut in front of me. I couldn't decide what to do, but I think I'm going to go with this lovely cream and green kind of colours. I want quite subtle muted colours today. Sorry, I have just, there we go. There we go. Technology gremlins this morning. But we're sorted now. So I'm going to go with this kind of cream and green combination. I've got another one cut out if we get a chance, but we will see. So I'm going to take my little mat from there, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but we have this lovely wisteria stamp. Well, that's what it's been designed off. I actually tried to draw it as it should look, because I've actually got some sayings to go with this, and if you're a fan of a certain show, you might, you know, well, we'll see. So, well, you might see where my inspiration came from. So I'm going to start off with this one, and I think I am just going to go with, I'm going to go with oxides, and we're going to paint them, because I don't think we really need to do much with this stamp set at all. So I am going to go, ooh, I'm molting again, that's not good, is it? I'm going to go green and purples, I think. So bear with, I haven't got my inks ready. There's nothing new there, is there? Nothing like me having to rummage through my inks to find the ones I want. So I've got a bit of green. I was going to say purple there, but no, I want purple. So I saw a bit of that one, and yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one, but I'm also just having a quick look for, if I can't find it quickly, then we won't use it. But I was thinking of either shaded lilac or the other one. I can never remember the name of it. There we go, 1 second, whilst I just rummage through. There you go, we'll do a bit of shaded lilac as well, because I think them two will look quite cool together. Morning, Mum. So there we go. I've got some colours, I've got my stamps, and I think away we will go. Now I am going to do this by inking up, I've got a hole in my desk now, by inking up my stamps. You just need to be a little bit careful that you don't contaminate your inks. So I'm going to put my green on first, because we can see where that's going. So my green, and then I'm going to grab my purple, and I'm going to ink up the others, just being really careful. And then where I've got my two together, I've lost my kitchen roll again. I always lose my kitchen roll, don't I? There it is. Oh, it's fell down. I can just see its tail ender. That's pretty cool. So I'm just going to pick a little bit of my ink up and add it on here. There you go. You could use markers for this if you're wanting to ink up your stamps in different colours. But it looks like a bunch of grapes now, doesn't it? There we go, never mind. Lost my ink there. Yeah. So we're going to come and pop this one in. Bit of good press. Would help if I did it where you could see it. I think it's going to be one of them mornings, isn't it? There's that one. And then the only downside of this is we're going to have to keep cleaning our stamp because we've got oxide on it. We don't want to contaminate our lovely inks. I could spritz that, I suppose. But I want to paint them and then see how they go. I'm going to do another couple. So again, I'm going to ink this one up. My lovely green. And I'm going to grab our purple and ink that one up as well. And then just, ooh, can I do this one, do you think? No. Another kitchen roll there. There we go. Lots of voices outside today. There we go. Put my lid back on because you just know my hand is going in there. We're going to come in and do, I want to kind of put, I didn't need to do the bottom bit of this one actually. There we go. And then we might even come back and do that one. I know I've got the smaller one as well, but I've got ink on this now, so we'll keep going. There we go. And then I'm just going to ink up. Does look a bit like grapes, doesn't it? And this time I'm going to cheat and just put the purple on. So I want to create a bit of an arch. So that I've got a nice space for my sentiment to go. And I think I'm just going to do that one. And now it's looking a little bit purple, isn't it? So what we do get with them is small foliage, which we might use in a minute. But I think before I do anything else, I'm going to just do a bit of painting with this one. And when I say painting, I mean I'm going to drag a bit of ink around, that's all. Nothing too much. Covered myself purple already. There we go. So I'm going to go with the purple just because I know normally I start with my foliage. But there is that much purple that if I don't start with my purple, well, I want to start with my purple. So then I know if I want to put any more green on. You can see all I'm doing is just dragging the colour of our oxides. Now I am using oxides because I love my distress inks. Speaking of which, we've got something new coming in this afternoon. It's due anytime. So it'll be up on the website later. I can't wait to share them because they are pretty cool. I was hoping they'd turn up early, but nope, they're not due till 2 o'clock. You can see I'm really not doing much with this. A bit of water, a bit of ink. It's the ink that's doing all the work, not me really. And I am concentrating on these that I've stamped, the first generation ones, not the second yet, because I don't want them to be as vibrant, except for that one. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm quite liking this already. Could be foxgloves or something, couldn't it, or lupins. That way. We're doing it this way. So again, we're just going to come in and drag whatever ink is left on these second and third generation ones. I should really watch where my hand's going as well, shouldn't I? Because I'm just making a bit of a puddle. And I am just playing. Because they've been sat looking at me needing to play with these for a while. So I thought today we would. There we go. Right, gone a bit dark with my colour selection. That's okay too. Right, and before I do anything else, where's my puddle gone just there? I'm going to take some of this and pop it up here. Right. Quite liking that. Pretty easy to do, wasn't it? I'm going to dry that off because I do want to add a little bit more foliage on there. And we might even put a few more little sprigs in as well. And all I want is this to be dry, so when I put the green over the top, the two don't kind of mix and merge together. And at the moment, we've got that one lone green bit of foliage. It needs a friend, doesn't it? There we go. Just move that over there. And I'm going to grab... There we go. Didn't want to come off. Needed my Weetabix again for that one. So again, I'm just going to stamp this one, watching out for my puddle. Okay. Maybe could have done with a slightly darker green. But it's still there. No. Let's see how this works. It might not work. That's what playing's about, isn't it? I'll tell you what I am going to do though. Instead of dragging the colour, I'm going to add the colour. Nearly ran out there. So. Let's go again. Ooh, too wet. There we go. And obviously I've not masked or anything on this, have I? So I'm just adding bits of colour in. There we go. So you can start to see those little bits of green just poking. There we go. But I do like it. It's not a complete dog's dinner yet, we're getting there. I'm going to add a bit more green and then I am going to put a bit of the... Why does it never splatter where you want it to splatter? There we go, that'll do. And then we're going to grab a little bit of our seedless preserve. Can't remember the name. And again. There we go. So we've got, to be fair, it looks better in real life. I don't think the colours are doing it very, I think it's because I've done it on cream, and I know cream doesn't always look great on screen, but I really wanted to do it on cream. There we go. Wipe that off my stamp as well. This one, a bit of a dry. What else have I dried my desk? I've got a right puddle there. There we go. And then let's go on to my green. I'm actually quite liking it now. I did go through a moment of not quite sure. It's starting to come together. I think I fancy. I've got a sparkle on the brain because we have got those new distress spritz coming in. And I get to play with them, but they're not here yet. But I do want to add a little bit of sparkle, I think, on here. So I am going to grab my, there we go, thought it was on my desk, a little bit of sprinkler. Ooh, oh, I've just dropped me, there you go. Just dropped my little tack. I'm going to move all my layers. Good job I didn't stick it together. I was getting all excited then. I thought, oh, I'll stick it together. No. I'm just going to add a little bit of our... Oops. My stamp's sticking to me. And just remember, every time you touch this, because it is oxide, it is going to reactivate that oxide. So I'm just literally dabbing our bits of sprinkler on. So it's just copper mica. And I think it needs a little bit of a sparkle. I'm very into sparkle at the moment, aren't I? It is really, really easy. Everything I design is easy, isn't it? Well, the idea is easy. Because I like instant, I like things to just work. There we go. You can quite see just a little bit of sparkle on there. I'm just going to take that off the table and off my paintbrush. Oops. Just remember, anything that's got mica or that pearlescent sparkle in it is going to stick around a little bit longer. In things like your paintbrush, you need to give it a real good clean. Put that back up there before I lose it again. Can you see? Oh, look at that. Woo. And I really don't know whether I want to do any more on this background. I might just add my sentiment. I am toying with, do I just add a little bit of distress around the edge? Not sure. Might do, might not. There we go. I've kind of done this the wrong way around, haven't I? I've gone for really inky first. And then, because that didn't take half as long as I thought it would. I might get time to do another one as well. Do like that. I think it will work the other way as well though, won't it? Look. Multicoloured loopings. Anyway, that way we're doing it. So let me see if I can find my cream. Nope, I found my green now. There we go, I found my offcut from my card and my green, whatchamacallit, backing paper. And then I have some new sentiments to play with. Now, like I said before, they have been inspired by something. And if you know, you know. There we go, I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to use Flawless, my dear. Just going to ink that up. So if I put it in the wrong place on my stamp, that's never a good start, is it? Isn't it strange how we will all have places where we stick our stamps where we know we get a better stamp from, if that makes sense. So I know I like my sayings to go over here, so I can hold on this side and then use this finger to position. If I put it over here, I just can't stamp. It's really weird, isn't it? It's a habit, and it just makes things. It's one of my things I do, so I know I'm going to get a better stamp. Like not stamping over that bit in my tablecloth that I've now got a hole for some reason. So we're going to have a bit of Flawless, my dear. Though, you know what? I don't think I want it black. Let me see. If I can quickly find. If I can't quickly find, then we'll go with black. But if I can quickly find, then we'll go with a bit of gold. That might be a no. Don't want silver. Oh, that is gold. It's when you can find every other colour but the one you're actually looking for. So, morning Maxine. And I need to clean my stamp up because I don't want to use that colour now. I know. And it means I've sent my kitchen roll flying. Even more. There it is. I am trying to tidy up in here. So we're going to grab a bit of this gold embossing powder. So I just need to get that black ink off that I've just put on. If I hadn't just inked it up, I would have just added my ink to it. But because I've just inked it, there we go, that's better. And I need that ink pad. Thank you very much, and you as well. Could actually do with a bit of paper, and I'll do. Sprinkle over the top on. We've got our lovely little saying. And now we'll stamp it this time. There we go. And hopefully the gold embossing powder. Ooh, wow! It was more in my lid than there was in the jar then. There we go, a bit of sparkle. Thank you. Let me leave that over there because we might do it. If we're going to do a second one, we might do it on that as well. I always end up covering my desk. I used to have a little tidy tray. And then it just got caked in different colours. So every time I used it, I turned my embossing powders into multicolours. There we go. So we've got a bit of flawless midair. Cool before I try and chop it up. Nothing worse than putting a fingerprint into your embossing powder, is there? That might just be me. I know. There is reasons I don't use embossing powder very often. It's normally because one, I make a mess, and two, I end up getting it all over my fingers. In a good way. What have I done with my tape? I had my tape the other day, didn't I? There it is. Oops. Knocking all my inks over and everything. I'm going to glue this, no, tape this on, because I've still not filled up my glue. There we go. And we're just going to pop it onto our green. And I'm going to go with the less textured side on my card. There we go. So I hope everyone else has got sunshine, because I can still see it coming in. I got really excited when I saw the sunshine today. Look at that, how pretty is that? It needs a flower or a little embellishment or something, doesn't it? So, I also want a little bit of... Is that enough? It is enough. Right, we'll put that on there as well. And I will try and find my embossing, not my embossing, we've used embossing, my embellishment box. Find a little flower or something, you know, like a little fabric flower. I think that could look quite pretty. And that one. And I know I've completely covered my hands in purple, but as we've motored through this one, because it really didn't take us much to do, did it? We stamped it and then we just dragged our colour to create those lovely flowers in the background with a little bit of sparkle on there. Right, let's put our ribbon on, because I forgot that the other day, didn't I? Like a bit flawless. That can go there. Oops. I went and put it on the textured side. There we go. And then I'm not going to stick that down because I actually think I might do a couple of gold little brads, add a bit of bling, and we'll pop that on there with a bit of a flower. So I'm not going to stick it together, those last few bits. I am going to just do even purple brads would look quite nice if I can match it up. So that's that one. And then I did have another card cut, didn't I? It's on my box that I moved. You all saw that I had a card cut a minute ago, didn't you? But I'm getting worse. Right, well, I'm not actually quite sure what I've done with that. Let's see if I have another one there. No, but I have got another little 6-inch one for something else. So we've got another little 6-inch. This one's white rather than the cream I used a minute ago. So I'm going to change. Well, I didn't really have a big idea. There we go. Right, I'll stop faffing. I think I'm going to move that to one side for a minute, and I'm going to get that lovely big wisteria back. Nothing's the right size today. It's because I lost it, to be fair. Right, this will be the right size. 6 3/4. So I want to create a bit of a panel. So what should we do? About 3-inch? That'd be just over half, wouldn't it? Well, it'd be more than over half. Yes. And then we need to take a chunk off the bottom. Ooh, that didn't cut very well. But fine. I'm not going to faff with it. And let's just see how this will sit on here. There we go. And then it's going to have a mat behind it. But I'm just going to trim it again because I don't like that jaggedy edge I've left. There we go. That's better. Right. Stop the faffing. And we'll move on. So I'm going to go with this one first. If I can take it off. And then I've just got this little scrap that again we are going to just, I'm going to do that side actually. I'm going to stamp that one. Then our little one, because we've not used that one yet. So I'm just going to position this up because I haven't quite thought this through because I've changed my mind. I've got a completely different size piece of card that I'm working with. And, well, you never know, do you? Right, I'm going to do it in grey ink as well. And I'm hoping I can get away without masking. Because you know me, I like easy. So I'm just going to ink this up using my lovely grey. And we're going to splat it on. Like that. And then I'm going to do another one there. And I know I'm inking up more of my stamp than I need, but you know what I'm like, I will change my mind very frequently. then we're just going to put that little one, I think, over the top. And I know you're going to see all the lines through it. But again, I think it should work. I'm hoping it'll work. If it doesn't work, then you've learned what not to do. Maybe I should start planning our lives a bit better. But sometimes whoopsies are quite... There. There. Can't decide. I should have stamped that other one a little bit further down. There we go. Right. That's okay. Let's give that a quick dry. Right, now decision time. I really like the idea of doing it in shaded lilac. I was going to say shaded violet, but that's a completely different colour. But I also fancy using a bit of Brusho, so I'm going to move that to one side. I'm going to use my Brusho. And again, we're just going to build our colour up. What I should have done was second generation stamped my image. Got a lot of water in my brush. Oops. There we go. And what I'm going to do is just use, she says, my grey. The reason I didn't stamp in black is because I didn't want harsh outlines. I want it to look more like, you know, I've sat here and I've been really good and I've painted from scratch. So you'll notice I'm going well over my grey lines, letting it bleed a little bit. One, because I overwatered it, but that's okay. And also getting in with a lot of ink and a lot of colour. I might not have been able to do this with oxide. So it's starting to just not hide that grey, just put it to the back, I think is the word I'm looking for. And again, we're just going to add little bits of green coming down here, using that grey as a bit of a painting guide. And if I'd have thought about it, I would have stamped in a paler grey, but I just grabbed the first grey I saw. You can see I'm just adding bits of green in. I'm going to do the same on my other one as well. Ooh. Don't know what I've done to my leg, but I managed to trigger my sciatica again. So every time I either sit still for too long or I move too much, there's no winning with it. If it'd make its mind up and it's like, right, you've got to keep moving, I'd keep moving. But it has a bit of a strop every now and again. And it goes, oh, you've not moved, or oh, you've moved too much. There we go. So I'm just adding a bit of green in the background, because otherwise my purple flowers are just going to be, I might do them pink actually. Can't decide. I've got a brown background, so we can go with anything really, can't we? There we go. Right, I'm going to stop because all I'm doing just keep layering it up. I want to go onto my flowers. Right, stop. Step away from the green. I am going to leave it on my desk because we might do a bit of splattering with it, because you know me. I'm likely to put an inky pinky in the wrong place, so splattering is always a really good idea to hide those little inky pinky marks. So it's really do with drying that, which we'll do in a second. And I'm going to grab violet. Again, I'm just drying this so it doesn't start bleeding into each other. Might want to. Morning, Tracy. There we go. Oops. There we go. Just shot that halfway across my desk. There's always that element with brush show, isn't it, when you're doing things like this with it. But you never quite know where it's going to end up. It's a bit of excitement. Okay. And again, I don't want my paintbrush overly wet, but I don't want it to go too dark either. So I'm just going to, yeah, perfect. So again, I'm just going to start adding little bits of colour and then we'll start. And there is no right or wrong. Yeah, you're just adding in your colour. At the moment it looks very wishy-washy, but it won't, because we'll intensify that in a minute or two. And I'm not really hiding that grey yet, am I? Let's start to pull some of this darker colour. Start adding it in. Again, they absolutely could be lupins as well, couldn't they? These ones. Could be any flower really. Went a bit dark there, didn't I? I went straight to the dark side with that one. Oof. Again, just adding it in. I am not doing anything special here. You can see I am literally just dabbing colour in until I'm happy with it. Nothing complicated at all. And slowly we are just hiding those grey marks, looking more and more. Right, we've just sat here and painted it. Looks more blue than violet, doesn't it? Nice dark blue. I'm going to move on to our next one. So I need to get some of that dark out my brush. Again, just start layering it on. Just dropping it on. Doo, doo, doo. Again. You could obviously take way more time than I am. But I also like, if you work quickly like this, it keeps it moving, doesn't it, and keeps it. Again, just keep building up as we go. We can go back in with a few darker ones if we want, but this is a baby one, isn't it? So it's not going to have the intensity of our others. Might do, just not quite. Still going to be as beautiful, but not as intense. Okay, right. I'm not going to go any further with that one. So let's give that one a bit of a dry. Now the more we do, I do think I want to do a bit of splattering on it. Again, I think I might just do green. Loving how we're getting these little bits of green coming through here. Our little bits of stalk. Again, we've got nice. So just start adding our colour again. And again, as always, just splatting it on, not even too fussed. And then we'll slowly go back in. Let's start adding a little bit more of intense colour. There we go. It does look completely different, doesn't it, to our first one. I think I need to play with my colours a bit more because I've gone a bit dark on both of them. I should have probably gone and got a slightly different shade of purple, but that's okay. For a first pass on them, bit of a playtime with it. I'm just coming down. Again, there's nothing complicated about what I'm doing at all. I am literally just supplying bits of ink over. Ooh, that's a bit dark. Never mind, let's put a few little highlights in there. See? It went a bit to the dark side, but we soon fixed, well, worked with it, I think is the right word, isn't it? I am quite liking that. Do like it, right? Let me get a bit of the blue out of my brush. What I want to do, just pick up a little bit of this, and now I can see where I need to add a few more little green bits. Yep, and then a bit of splattering, but I want to just dry that flower we've just done before we do our splattering. Otherwise the green will hit it and it'll go because it's already wet, whereas if it's dry it's then got to re-wet it before it can start to spread too much. Really have my heat gun that close to me ink, shouldn't I? There we go. And then let's pick up some of this. Need a bit more water. There'll be no splattering. There we go. Get that dry again. Make sure I've got all those little splatters dry, because there's nothing worse than coming to mat and lay something and you've missed a splatter. Yeah. Do we want to put a little bit of the purple in? I think so. Only a little bit though, just. Ooh. There we go. Nothing too much. A little bit more than I was anticipating, but you know. You never quite know what you're going to get, do you, when you start to splatter things. Right, there we go. Let's get this tidied up. I think that's going to look pretty. Oh, it does. I'll show you in a second. Just need to get the ink off my desk, as always. And I won't cover everything else in green and violet, yeah, green and violet brushing. There we go. Right. I've got blue fingers too. So you can see how pretty that is going to look. We're just going to give it a really little matte. And I think I'm actually going to, for a change, pop it on that side. Or maybe that side. Don't know if that side, I think. Right, anyway, it needs a sentiment. It's going to go over there. They look completely different, don't they? We've got our lovely bright colours as our first one. And I need a little bit of white. And then I'm going to use one of my sayings again. So I think I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to use, I always have something to say. And again, if you know, you know with these stamps. And I am going to use black this time. Yes, I am. I've already used embossing powder once today. Dangerous to get it out again, won't it? Yeah. And then I changed my mind again. So again, I'm just going to pop this on here. Maybe a nice little border. My finger decided it wanted to lock up on me then. Heat gun. I've used a lot of my heat gun today, haven't I? And now I have a slight problemo. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have the colours to map this with. So bear with while I have a bit of a rummage in my box. of bits. Otherwise I'll have to go. Oh, it's the wrong colour. Would have worked really well with our first one. Nope, that's the wrong brown. What I have got is slightly darker. Still won't get it all out of that piece. So bear with 2 minutes whilst I just go and grab a piece of, except for I've knocked all my boxes. Oh, there we go. I don't even have to go very far. There we go. It was there. So I'm just going to mount this onto here. Oh, I didn't put that on very straight, did I? And then we can cut this one down. And we can do the same for our little border. And again, I might not. Didn't think that was going to fit, but it did. That's pretty cool. Oh, nope, that's a little bit faster. And that's a bit better. I'm going to take a little bit more down on that side. There we go. So that's going to go on there. Oh, that does look pretty. And then, what did I do with my saying? There we go. And I am just eyeballing it. There we go. And then we'll stick this on here again. Again, just sticking it on with a little border. There we go. Oh, didn't chop that very well. And then with this one, again, I am not going to put it together because I might want to add some brads or something. But I am going to mat and layer it up so I don't lose my backing papers. This one was just sat on my desk, which is quite useful. Because these ones do need a bit of bling on them, I think. There we go. So that's going to go on there like so. If I put it over there, then we can get the other one on my desk as well. We're going to have our lovely little painted wisteria. We're going to have our little saying, I always have something to say. And then our other one, again, it isn't put together, but you can see those lovely little wisteria again in the background, and that one has got a bit of sparkle on. I don't know if it'll quite show. There you go, just a little bit. So there you go, stamped oxide and then just ink dragged in. That one's been stamped with grey ink, and then we have coloured it in using our brush hose. But they do look completely different, don't they? So that one's very, very colourful, whereas that one's a bit more muted, isn't it? But how cool are they? Well, I definitely know those stamps work now, don't I? Love how they look. So, oh, come on, Mr. Mouse. Nope, Mr. Mouse has gone, nah, not happening today. He is not having it. There we go. So that is it for me today. Oh, thank you, Tracy. We're back on Monday with more of our monthly make using our keys. Yes, that's what we're on at the moment. I nearly said something else then. So we're back Monday at 7 o'clock using our keys. If you're after your distress spritzers, watch later this afternoon. They are due at 1 o'clock. Can't wait to get playing with them. Oh, thank you, Maxine. So yeah, can't wait till 1 o'clock and I can get playing. I hope they're on time. I can get playing with our new distress spritzers. And yeah, we'll be back on Monday at 7 for some more monthly make. So I hope you can join me then. These will be on the website later this week, I think. And I do have something else coming on the website, some more new stamps, but I didn't get time to show you them today. They'll be with you as well on Friday, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So that's it for me today. Thank you for joining me. I had loads of fun using that stamp set. And like I say, we'll be on the website later in the week. So do take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.